We're not politically correct, we just have common sense.
Unscripted, unfiltered, unfaltering. Show of Support's Hunt for Heroes offers tributes and true stories of remarkable courage.
If these terrorists could come in your bedroom, they'd kill you, your wife, and your kids. And that's what these men are fighting to protect us from, these murdering idiots. And they're taking them out so that we don't have to deal with them over here.
Show of Support started it all just after the shock and awe bound a nation together. Now, years of footage portraying wounded veterans, deer stands, and standing ovations. Hunt for Heroes, that started as one man's way to say thanks, is now a series that many say is way overdue.
I ain't never felt like that before, and I want to feel that again.
It's just a raw emotion.
They left us being loved and being honored for the heroes that they are.
We still have 40,000 injured troops.
If you threaten our people and our way of life, we will find you wherever you may be hiding, in the place you feel most safe, and we'll kill you in your own bedroom. Thank you for being a country worth fighting for. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.
It's going to take a while to get around to all of them, but there's no quitting. It'll never stop as long as I'm breathing.
Show of Support Hunt for Heroes is made possible through a partnership with Pioneer Natural Resources, Boss Blinds, Caltech, Tico Field Service, Double J Ranches, CBT Charities, and Christmas for our troops.
For somebody to invite me into their lives and share this experience with me, I don't know how to thank him. Pretty special human being. I'm proud to say I know him.
And Jeremiah got to sit through this, but Matt hadn't. So I don't care if it's one guy or 25 guys, we're gonna do the same thing for everybody. I wanna say thank you in the way I know how. Not only do I wanna bring you on a hunt, but I want you to have what you're gonna need to do this. American people are proud of you. Thank you. That's yours. I want you to use it on this hunt and enjoy it, and then I want you to use it from here on out, and I want you to think back. And we do thank you.
When Terry surprised me with a rifle, I remember him handing it to me, and he looked me in the eyes and he says, "This is how I know how to say thank you, and I'm glad that you're here." And that touched me. For all the people that helped put this together, and for him to present me with that rifle and tell me thank you, just for being there, I didn't know how to say thank you to him.
And more would do it if they could. I just don't have enough for them to do.
Matt was speechless. He said it that night. This is one of the most special gifts anybody's ever got me, so I believe that.
Well, you don't know us, and you protected us.
Opening morning of deer season is only hours away. And in a hunting camp in a remote section of the Texas Hill Country, two American heroes are caught off guard by a gesture of gratitude. Terry Johnson is only the voice and face, and the driving force behind hundreds of Texans who want to reach out to say thank you.
What I'm hoping we're doing with these cameras in your faces, we're letting people know who you are. That's why I'm wanting to do this. I'm wanting you guys to tell your story, and I'm wanting the guy that gave you all that, he didn't get to see you, now he's gonna get to see you. To him, you are his hero, trust me. I'm not BSing you. It's not a word I throw around lightly.
It felt like Christmas. I had showed up here with just a suitcase full of clothes and not really sure what to expect or what I would even need. And Terry provided me with everything from a rifle to everything that you could possibly need while you're out on a hunt. And it was pretty awesome.
A decorated Marine and his first buck in the crosshairs when Show of Support Hunt for Heroes continues. Stay with us. This portion of Show of Support Hunt for Heroes is made possible through a partnership with Pioneer Natural Resources. On a previous edition of Show of Support Hunt for Heroes, we followed the story of Jeremiah Workman, caught in a 2-hour nightmare that inspired the book Shadow of the Sword. It seems when Jeremiah was invited to this hunt, he agreed to come along only under one condition, that he bring his best friend and fellow Marine, Matt Hammond.
These rocks are slippery, aren't they?
Yeah.
Matt, to say the least, is lucky to be alive. His story you'll hear in a moment.
When I lay down in bed, I don't think I slept all night. I think I closed my eyes for about an hour before it was time to go, and I was so excited. Not sure what I was going to see. Really had me getting worked up, and the more I thought about it, the more worked up I was getting, which equaled less sleep.
Feels good out here this morning.
Yeah, it does. Last night on the porch with that breeze, that was nice. I could have stayed out there all night.
Oh, I know.
Matt's hunting guide is Rusty Baker. They're hunting the Lonesome Dove Ranch, and this is all new to Matt. There's a pasture just east of camp that Rusty's been scouting hard. In fact, in spite of the drought, this is turning out to be a good year for antler growth.
I was really getting jazzed up then because you're outside. It's about an hour before dawn, and when you're outside, your senses are really getting into overdrive then.
Oh, how a deer hunt can start so early. In this barely perceptible footage that has been doctored just to make out an object, Matt is stunned to see a buck so early.
When that deer started approaching us, it was still a little bit too dark to shoot. Knowing that it was right there, I could feel my adrenaline pumping, my heart start pounding, and I was worried that when it was coming towards us, I was getting so excited, I'm starting to hit people around me saying, hey, there's a deer right here, there's a deer right here, and they're trying to get me to calm down, and I'm asking, can I shoot it? And they're like, no, you gotta wait. And I'm like, when can I? And they said, Matt, the light has to be just right. And I was like, when's the light gonna be right? When can I do this? And they had to calm me down a little bit, but to say I was excited was an understatement. I was pulling my hair out. I was ready to take that deer.
Matt and Rusty would have had a hard time explaining that one to a game warden. Finally, shooting light reveals, of all things, emptiness. In fact, it was getting late in the morning, and Rusty was about to call it quits for the morning, when movement changed everything.
We were about to call it a morning, and we were actually making a little bit of noise getting our gear together. And we were going to head back to the ranch house when out of nowhere, these 3 black buck came running by us within about 50 feet. And I got excited. It's almost like they were teasing me because they slowed down to a slow walk, and then they started looking back at us. It was a very beautiful animal. I had never seen anything like it. I didn't even know that there was anything like that out here. I was trying to calm myself down. It was about 200 yards away from us, but I was ready to take that shot. But it had to be quick, and this was my first time actually using this rifle. I was worried that it was going to take a little bit of getting used to, but it felt like everything fit perfect. I feel like that rifle was made for me.
It's not the first time nerves have ruined a good hunt.
I kind of, be honest with you, I hurried that shot too.
That's okay, man.
But Rusty's quick to point out the hunt's not ruined by any stretch of the imagination.
When I took that shot and missed, I was a little bit disappointed. We went down to the area just to make sure that I didn't wound it and it take off. And when I found out that it was a clear miss, I kind of felt a little bit better knowing that I missed the animal completely instead of wounding it, and knowing that there are things out there and we're not going to be able to find it when it's hurt. And that was okay.
We don't appreciate you guys coming over here and tapping while we're trying to hunt.
There's nothing like the look in a man's eye after his first morning deer hunt. Terry Johnson and Jeremiah Workman listen to the raw details of a hunt gone sour. But it's not the only thing that'll go sour today.
Watching that thing just come rolling towards you with the lightning and the thunder crackling in the sky was really impressive. And when it was on us, it was on us. The rain and hail were coming down sideways. But you know, it came just as quickly as it left. It really left everything feeling fresh and clean, and it was almost a sign that we could wash away what happened a little bit ago. Let's get back out and start new.
All right, buddy.
Cool.
Let's get redemption.
All right. Rusty had told me that a storm system like that will bed those animals down and they're not going to be as active as they were before, which gave us a chance to start all over new, knowing that those animals are going to be back up and active. Really got my hopes up that we were going to see them again in the evening. When we got settled in the blind for the afternoon hunt, we're looking out to the east and there's a big, huge rainbow. Actually, it was a double rainbow. It was almost like that was a sign.
The deer movement wasn't exactly what hunting guide Rusty Baker was hoping for. As the sun lost its hold on the day, Matt Hammond was thinking it's about over.
It was a surprise to see him, and we were kind of worried that with the light the way it was, we might not have a chance to get this deer.
No matter how calm Matt seems, his nerves are in overdrive. They're stretching every second they can out of what daylight remains, waiting for that right moment.
Put it behind his shoulder and squeeze the trigger.
I'm shaking a little bit, but I'm feeling my heartbeat. So with every beat of my heart, you know, I'm trying to steady that rifle.
You got him. He just fell behind that tree. Good shot, man. Good shot.
Nice.
Good shot. Good job, buddy.
Thanks, man.
Good job.
After Rusty looked at me and said that it was a good shot, I couldn't stop laughing. I was grinning from ear to ear. And pulling the trigger on a weapon that I had had less than 12 hours and then putting down a deer with it, it felt great.
Man, you had less than 4 minutes of shooting light.
To make sure that we could find the blood trail, we had to get there in a hurry because the light level was so low. You know, once I had shot, we had to make sure that we didn't lose the animal. There he is.
Right there, buddy.
He ain't moving. By the time that we got to where the animal was standing and we saw that it was actually down, I felt like I couldn't get over there fast enough. Oh man, did I gut shoot him?
No, you shot him good, buddy. What do you think, man?
It's cool, man. When I put my hands on it for the first time, I was proud.
First Texas deer, huh?
Yeah, first ever. And I was happy. I was happy that I put it down cleanly and quickly.
Here, I'll hold your gun while you show him off.
Thanks, it's on safe.
All right, go ahead and show him off. Pick him up and show him.
What do you think?
What do you think? That's what matters.
I love it.
Do you love
Oh man, I tell you, Terry,
Congratulations.
thank you.
That's your first white.
It is first whitetail buck.
Well, cool.
Yeah.
There's nothing like the moments following your first whitetail deer hunt. United States Marine Matt Hammond and his guide Rusty Baker relive this hunt with Terry Johnson and Jeremiah Workman.
Well, here's your weapon, buddy. I'll upload it.
Okay.
Only thing is, it's early in the hunt, and Terry has some news for Matt.
This is a great management. Now you get to go kill a real one.
It's what?
This is a great management, bud. Now you get to go kill a big one.
All right. That was a surprise when I found out that I could keep hunting. I thought that this was my deer. I got it. Okay, game over. No, when I found out that, hey, Matt, your trip's not over yet, I didn't know what to do with myself. I'm saying, really? We get to do this all over again?
It would be safe to say that few people in this world deserve a free hunting trip more than Matt Hammond.
Well, I'll tell you, I remember the first time being shot at. And it really made things kind of personal. The night that I was wounded, we were ambushed, and I was wounded from a grenade that was thrown. I started crawling to the nearest Marine, and he ended up falling over me. And when they found him, they found me. And next thing I remember, I woke up in Baghdad at a surgical hospital.
As it turns out, hundreds of Marines, soldiers, and airmen would come to know the nightmare of Fallujah, some of the fiercest fighting ever recorded. It has spawned books, movies, and documentaries, things Matt doesn't really have the time for.
The way I look at it is I lived it. You know, I still find myself thinking about it every day. And watching a movie or TV show or reading a book about it, I don't know if it's that I'm not ready to do something like that yet, or just I don't have to. I've been there. I know. It's hard to think about it.
This portion of Show of Support Hunt for Heroes is made possible through a partnership with Pioneer Natural Resources.
At first light, we started seeing activity.
Matt Hammond and his guide Rusty Baker always seem to be in the right place at the right time. It's the second day of deer hunting and the first day of any cool weather.
We had a deer approach us from the north, and he was headed south, and we picked up on him right away. And as Rusty's looking at him through the field glasses, he says, "Matt, that's a good buck." So when Rusty starts getting excited, I'm getting 10 times more excited, and we're just feeding off each other's energy. And he's tracking him all the way across the field. And he's telling me, again, you know, "Matt, calm down, take a couple of breaths. We're gonna get this deer. We just have to wait for him to get in the right possible position for you to take the best shot."
The glare from the rising sun is brutal on Matt's eyes. That, coupled with adrenaline, is raising concern with Rusty.
Rusty told me, you know, take your eyes off the scope, get a little bit of eye relief. Once you get that eye relief, go ahead and refocus your scope on him, get those crosshairs lined up, and get ready to make this next shot. When that deer came and turned around, and he was in the shade, and I had those crosshairs on him, as excited as I was, I had a very peaceful calm come over me.
Game over. Reload. Yeah. Good job, my friend. You have a nice trophy deer. Wow. Good job, buddy. Man, good job.
What a great feeling it was, you know. Again, knowing that it was a clean shot and knowing that that round was right where it was supposed to be, knowing that I'm doing what I came out here to do. You know, there's a way that it makes you feel that it's kind of hard to describe.
Put my coat back on. It's getting chilly out here. Whew, it was warm in there when we had all the excitement.
Yeah, I'm still shaking.
Yeah, me too. What do you think, man?
Man, that's nice.
Here, hand me your gun so you can touch him. Watch that cactus.
Man.
Wow, look at those brow tines.
Being able to put my hands on it, I truly feel that I accomplished something. And to have something so beautiful, holding it in my hands, really made me feel good.
Some say the Show of Support has changed the landscape of deer hunting in this part of Texas.
How's that?
Cool. Somebody's having a good weekend.
As Jeremiah Workman and Terry Johnson join in Matt's celebration, they see a shy, proud Marine who once stared death in the face and is now overcome with pure joy. A hunt that began with a rifle presentation to the best deer hunt anyone could ever experience. The people who support Terry's organization can rest assured, once again, another hero has been touched.
Hold his head level. The other way.
It's going to be real hard to leave. But the memories I get to take with me are something that it's a little piece of here that I get to have with me forever. And knowing that I shared it with my old friends and my new friends is something that's going to stay with me for the rest of my life, and I can't wait to do it again. And I'm really grateful that other guys are going to be able to come out here and experience this too, because if they get half of what I got out of it, they're going to be better off.
This is indeed deer hunting's finest hour.